Hello, my YouTube friends. Thanks for joining in tonight. If you haven't hit that subscribe button or slam that bell, please do now because we got a lot of great things going on. And one is a Shure SMB microphone giveaway. All you have to do, man, to enter is subscribe to my channel. Type down there as to why you love the Shure microphones, man, and that'll get you in. Man, I get so pumped up. This will be our third microphone we're going to give away. So you don't want to miss out, man. We're going to give it away. We're going to do a drawing and give it away soon. So tonight I wanted to talk about don't smoke your ribbon. What I mean by that is don't smoke your ribbon microphones, man. And they do not require phantom power. And so if they don't require phantom power, make sure that you don't apply phantom power. Now, many of them out there, the new ones, will say it's okay. They'll be all right. However, it's not something that you want to run to the microphone if you can help it. So I always like to check my preamp, man, and just make sure that your preamp, all the phantom power is turned off on everything that it could possibly be going through before you actually connect your ribbon microphone to it. It's a real easy process. Just look before you do it, man. And also, you want to make sure that your phantom power hasn't been turned off, like there's drainage that could be left in the cord itself. So you want to wait about 1 minute. They say 1 minute or so, but I always like to wait at least 5 minutes before I plug in my ribbon microphone after phantom power has been turned on, that preamp. So I like just to make sure that I'm 100% sure that there's no phantom power left into the cord or whatnot. So it's an easy process for you guys to do. And like I say, if your microphone don't require phantom power, just double check and make sure all your phantom power is turned off on your preamps, man. Um, or you will hear firecrackers, and you don't want firecrackers going off. Also, I wanted to mention to you guys, man, for you smoker tokers, if you're smoking around your microphones, don't do it, man. Have a break room, go in the break room, go in the other room, do what you got to do, take care of your business, and come back in where your expensive microphones are, and then continue on to work. I say that because smoke capsules, condenser microphone, ribbon microphones, all your microphones really, at least your high end microphones, I wouldn't recommend smoking in the same room because all that smoke will make its way in there and stick onto your capsule, man. And over a period of time, it will affect the performance of your microphone. And so if you've got a $3,500 microphone in there, maybe a U87 or something like that, and or maybe an expensive ribbon like the R44 here, you really don't want to be smoking around it. I know it's hard not to want to do your business, but just go in the other room for a little bit or step outside and take care of your business, and then come back in and enjoy your microphone and try to preserve it as long as you can, man. Dump all that money, man, on them, and you want them to last a long time. And then if you ever get ready to sell them, or maybe hand them down to your kids or whatever, the next generation, they'll be in top notch condition, and they'll appreciate you taking care of your stuff when you pass it on, man. So I wanted to talk about ribbon microphones and not smoking in the same room, as well as not running phantom power to them. But I also want to talk about some great ribbon microphones out there that I feel like that every studio needs in their arsenal. Man, got to have that arsenal going on, man. Get you some ribbon microphones in there, and you will love the way they sound, man. And just and how much you can do with a ribbon microphone that is overlooked. And you can use that figure eight polar pattern to your advantage, man. back in the day when they really had used a lot of these ribbon microphones, your engineers would strategically place amplifiers and the musicians up in a room, and they would use these ribbon microphones to their advantage, where the sound wouldn't come in through the sides, and so they placed the instruments and the musician in a, like I say, a strategical way, and capture that live performance. But man, there's so many different ribbon microphones out there. What do you get? Here's just a few by AEA. And Kohl's makes probably one of the best. So I hear. I haven't actually used Kohl's, but Royer is a nice ribbon microphone as well. They've been out a while, and I've really been enjoying my AEA microphone. Uh, I've enjoyed this 44 right here. But also, I want to show you this one right here, guys. This one, anybody in the middle of the road can get in and get you one of these. It's the R84. They have the R84A out right now, which I've never used that mic, but I'm sure it sounds great. But I've used that 84 before on drums, and I just love it. Actually, I set it up on a drum kit just about where that guy's got his right there, man. And got some really, 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 really big sounding drums doing it just like that. So you need a ribbon microphone, man. You really need a ribbon microphone in your arsenal, and also they really, really sound good on your brass instruments. Um, and then for singers like myself with a lot of sibilance in their voice, they really sound good. Oh man. I want to say, whenever I first was introduced to ribbon microphones, it was probably about, I'd say, 18 years ago or 19 years ago, and I actually had a chance to sing through one, and it just sounded really good on my voice. And I think it was an older one that a friend of mine had, and I just thought, man, that microphone really sounds good on me. But it wasn't until several years later before I ended up buying the R84. So I love that R84, man. There it is again. I'll let you guys check it out, man. And it's quite heavy. You know, it's a pretty stout microphone. Um, but I'm thinking about before long splurging and getting this stereo R88 right here. I really dig that microphone. Check it out. I want to do some recordings with that puppy in a room with a few musicians in the room. Maybe someone was doing some small percussion, acoustic guitar, maybe even a cello player in the room, and capture the sound of everybody playing through one microphone. And that mic right there is a stereo mic. And I've heard some recordings on YouTube. You can go into AEA and check out um, some YouTube stuff on that microphone. And they've got this mic that's in the room recording the band, and it sounds phenomenal. So I've never heard it in person, but I want to start doing some different stuff. I want to try to do some different recordings with just very minimal stuff, and try to accomplish some great stuff with a very minimal type setup, you know? And but there are a lot of different ones. This N22 is out right now. Looks pretty hot, man. AEA has a lot of nice microphones they've been coming out with. It's not your Bentley, but it sounds great, man. This R44 right here sounds phenomenal, and I really can't wait to start working with it. But it leads me back to this stereo microphone right here, man. And you guys need to get on YouTube and check it out, and check out how great this stereo microphone sounds in the room with a group of musicians in there playing live. One mic, man. just one mic, and it's that one right there. You'll be surprised how great it sounds, and how when you use your ears and you strategically place everybody in the room, from far to close, how you can really get a good recording with a one microphone, man. And so I want to do that. I want to give it a shot. Hey, hey, what's up, Bull Tide? That's a good look. I know, isn't it a great looking mic, man? And you like my shirt? Yeah, I got that today, man. I got it today. I had to get it. I seen it. It was brand new on the shelf, and I had to get it, man. But yeah, that's a great looking microphone, man. I want to get that puppy and get it in there, man. You got to get a. I'm talking about ribbon microphones tonight. I'm talking about how not to fry them. Don't run phantom power to them, and don't smoke. Don't do your toke in the same room with your expensive microphones. I know it's hard not to do, but that smoke just accumulates on the capsules and all these ribbons, man, and it's just not good for your equipment. You know what I mean? So just take a break, take a 10-minute break, go outside the room, go outside, do your business, and then come back in and enjoy these microphones for a lifetime, because they're made to last a lifetime if you take care of them. And so every studio needs a ribbon microphone. I wanted to go over this. I wanted to go over this AEA mics first, because I feel like for the money and the quality that you're going to get out of these ribbon microphones is outstanding, outstanding. I had a chance the other day to call AEA, and I ordered actually a T-shirt, the R44 T-shirt. It's got this microphone right here on the front, and when I called, the man himself who made these microphones, Wes Dooley, answered the phone. And I was just calling about my T-shirt not showing up because UPS lost it. And Wes Dooley answered the phone and kept me on the phone a whole hour, guys. Man, the coolest dude you'd ever want to meet and talk to. Knows his history, man, and just was just a really genuine good guy, man. And I enjoyed that conversation. But I wanted to show you some other ribbon microphones out there that you can get. They've got one out. It's called the Voodoo VR2 that I hear that's a pretty cool microphone. It'll run you about $500, but I hear that microphone is a really, really good ribbon mic. But I like the Shure. If I was going to do anything other than the Cole or the Royer, or it would be, or the AEA, it would be the Shure, and that is the 313. I hear that 313 is on just sounds phenomenal, man, especially on like guitar amps and horns. But you need a ribbon microphone if you're going to do any type of recording with horns, or in just a big room. They sound great in big rooms where there's a lot of cement on the floor, or perhaps like a parking garage. We did a recording one time where we had a ribbon microphone and a trumpet player in a garage, where you park your cars and cars pull in, and there's several stories going up and whatnot. And we had placed the ribbon microphone, I'd say probably about 20 feet or 30 feet from the horn player himself. And man, you would not believe how great that horn sounded through that ribbon microphone. Just phenomenal. It just with the reverb and everything in there, the size of that space, that ribbon microphone just made it sound like you were literally standing right in, or near that horn player. And just brings goosebumps, to you, because it sounds so good, and but I say, all you guys, man, you gotta have a ribbon microphone in your arsenal, man. You don't want to miss out on just staying with your condensers and your dynamic microphones. However, they sound great, but they all serve a purpose. And when you can pick the right microphone for the right instrument, there's less EQing you have to do. And when you really get good at your engineering, you can actually have several different microphones. And when you're doing your tracking, by picking the right microphone on the right instrument, you'll find yourself hardly having to do any EQing at all, except maybe on the master bus out. And that's when you know you're really getting good at your art and you're applying your paint and you're using the right paint brushes as you paint your palette, as you do you lay down your tracks on your song. And so there's a lot to that, man. And there's I just say, man, you get you a couple ribbon microphones. I'm gonna get that stereo one. Um, I've got the R44 here that I really, really, really enjoy. But you gotta get you a couple good dynamic microphones. This one's right here is a really good dynamic microphone for if you're going to be doing any kind of tracking, whether some pop or some R&B or even some rock and roll, man, and you want to get in the studio, you want to get in the where the board is and listen to the monitors. A lot of people don't like to track with headphones on. They either sing sharp or flat, and they just they feel separate from the mix, so they prefer singing without any headphones on at all. Or sometimes you'll see people where they'll do one side, but to me that's even more awkward, listening to one side of the mix on one side of my head and trying to sing. So I either prefer having the headphones on and then getting the mix perfect and then singing my vocal track, or having them off and being in the tracking room, listening through the monitors. And you can get this one right here, man, and get right up in it like this, man. And it won't pick up any of your speakers coming at you. And you can actually lay some great tracks with this mic right here. And we're going to be giving this one of these away soon. So you need to hit that subscribe button, slam that bell, and type in anything, man. Type in just why you like Shure microphones. It could be the 57, the 58. It doesn't matter, man, but that'll get you in the contest. And Hulk Hogan look going on, bro. Dig it. Thank you, man. Yeah, man. I like wearing something over my head when it's cold. I don't want to catch anything, man. So if I keep my head warm and or my neck warm at night, I feel more comfortable going to sleep. I won't have to wake up with a sore throat and runny nose and stuff, man. Um, but yeah, man, we're talking about ribbon mics and how everybody really needs one. There's a couple more. There's one right here. I wanted to. Aventone is making a ribbon microphone now, and I've had one of the Aventone microphones. It was the one that they were advertising. I forget what model number. I want to say it was the one they were. Taylor Swift or whatever was singing through. It was, I can't remember which one because it's been several years ago, but I had that microphone and it really did sound good. And I actually did an album with that mic, but it was just really, really bright. It was a bright sounding microphone. And I had to do a lot of DBing on those footballs, those S's. I had to DB those S's way down on that mic on my voice because I do have a sibilant voice. And man, those footballs were huge footballs. And so I did make it through that album using that microphone, but I did have a lot of siblings problems with the mic. But I was going to say Aventone's making some ribbon mics now, and that might be something to try out, y'all. So they got one out for like $300, man. Nice ribbon microphone for $300. So that might be something to try out. Um, but that Shure microphone, that Shure ribbon, I've heard nothing but great things about that mic. Especially on like guitar amps. I've heard great things about that microphone. Might be another one that you guys want to try out. I want to say, I mean, it's still around $1,300 for that Shure ribbon. So you're gonna spend a little bit of money. That might be something to juggle between that one or that R84. Now I've had the R84, and I want to say it's around 1100 or something. But either way, man, that R84 is the real deal, man. It really, really does sound good on your horn instruments and your drums, man. If you're tracking any kind of drums and you only have very few microphones, put that R84 in the room. Put a 57 on the snare, maybe a D12 on the kick, and you're good, man, with very, very minimal microphones on your drum kit. And so it might be something for you guys to try out, man. I always try to encourage you to expand on your mic collection. Uh, if you've been a part of my channel very long, you know I love microphones. Microphones is one of my things and always has been. Everything, it seems like several years ago, I sought out all your old vintage microphones from Electro Voice, Western Electric, and even your Turner microphones, and I had every one of them that were working and sounded great, man. But get you a good condenser microphone, get you a good dynamic microphone. This one's a good one. It does a little bit of everything. It has a nice, I think I have it on like flat frequency response right now, but it has a bump in the upper frequency, and it also has a roll off on the lower frequencies. So it's a really good all around versatile mic. And this piece right here, this foam actually comes off. And and when you get this microphone, there's another actually foam piece that goes on it. It's a little bigger. I really don't know why they send that one. I guess it has more foam in it for up close and personal. But you can see I can get up in the microphone like this, no pops with this filter on it. Sounds really really good. But I will say, man, get you a couple ribbon mics if you can. Get you a couple dynamics. Get you a good condenser. I've been enjoying this Telefunken condenser microphone. I don't know if you can see it, but it's hanging behind my head right here. I've been really enjoying the Telefunken stuff. Telefunken makes some really really good microphones. This is one that they classify as the middle of the road. It's not their flagship microphone like the EM251 ELAM or like their U47. But you're going to spend around 10 grand for those two. Those are their flagship. And I spent around 2 grand for this one right here. And to be honest with you, man, it sounds wonderful, especially on my voice. I really love this AK-47. It just really sounds good. And I've just really enjoyed it, man. In fact, I wrote in and told them how much I really enjoyed it because I couldn't decide whether I was going to get this AK-47 or the AR-51. They had an AR-51. They discontinued both these microphones, and they're making two other ones that have taken the place of the AR-51 and the AK-47. But at the time, I was like, man, I couldn't decide whether the 47 or the 51. And I told the guys, I said, man, just send me my guts going with the 47. Send me the 47. And he sent it to me. And I sang through it one time, man, did one session with it and was just blown away how great it sounded. So I was like, man, I called him back and I said, man, I'm glad I went with the 47. And he says, I knew you would like that microphone, and I think you made the right choice. So, no regrets when I bought it, and I never looked back. I've never used the SM57, but have heard great things. Yes, yes, Game Blaster, the SM57 is a great microphone. It's used mainly for miking instruments. But it has been used for many, many years in the recording studio and live on stages. You'll see the 57 all over the world, man, in every studio. The 57 is used. Um, let's see. Poker Man says, I love this shirt SM57 mic. It's clean and I get right into the mic without any worries of messing of it. Yes, you won't really mess that microphone up, Poker Man, but if you're going to get into that microphone, being it don't have a windscreen or anything on it, it wouldn't be a bad idea to buy you a little windscreen and cover it, or use a pop filter in front of it if you're going to sing. Now, the 58 is probably better for singing, eating the microphone because it does have a little bit of a windscreen built in it and a little bit of distance between the caps. So if you look at that 57, it's flat and kind of indented in the middle of the 57. and there's no windscreen or anything in front of it to keep those plosive, those popping P's and those B's from exploding in the mic. So the 58 is actually better for singing in because of that, unless you put a popper stopper on the front of that. But yeah, man, there's so many good things about Shure microphones, and that's why that 313 ribbon microphone probably wouldn't be a bad gig to try out. The only reason I mentioned the R84 is simply because I've had the R84 and I've used it for several years and has some great results with that R84 microphone, and it's tried and true on my opinion. I just love that mic and had some really killer drum sounds using the R84. But there's a lot of people that love that Shure 313, man, and I see it used a lot on a lot of your late night shows. People are using that Shure microphone. Let's see, I like Shure anything. They also have some cool t-shirts and hats. They do, man, but also Shure has some great t-shirts and hats. But I'll tell you, so does Telefunken, man. Telefunken has some really cool stuff out there. You can go to their Telefunken website and go under apparel, and they've got some cool baseball caps with your Telefunken logo on it, and they've got some really cool stuff on there. In fact, I'll put some links down below to make it easy on you guys to go to, and so you ain't got to search all around because you do have to navigate through a web to find their stuff. But they've got, you know, if you drink coffee, they've got coffee mugs, they've got T-shirts, they've got hats. They probably have a little more out there than your Sure does. Your Sure apparel, and I actually found some Sure apparel on Amazon. So I'll put a link down there also for your Sure stuff. You guys can just click on it and make it easy, man. I've got a really cool. In fact, with this giveaway right here, this Shure microphone giveaway, we're going to be giving out a Shure T-shirt as well. So whoever wins it, I'm going to ask for the size of your shirt and send you a Shure microphone T-shirt as well. Let's see, what's that product review? Okay, I've never checked that out. Oh yeah, well check it out, man. Check it out. They've got some cool stuff. And check out their new line of their Telefunken microphones. I really like the one. I don't know why they changed the daggum design, man. I don't know if it's because of the name, what they named them, if they're, having some problems selling those AR-51, right? I mean, what is that? AK-47. What is that? So I maybe they had a problem with the name of the microphones and they discontinued it, and because the newer ones that took their place, it's basically the same thing, a same capsule, same transformer and everything in it, same tube, but just they made them shorter and fatter, and changed the name, man. I don't know. Maybe they got in trouble. Who knows? Um, but yeah, I like Telefunken stuff. I really want to. My ideal microphone to splurge on, you guys, is the Elam 251. I really think that microphone would be great for me, simply because it just has buttery highs to it, and great mids that seem to pop through the mix with a nice fat low end as well. And it's just I think that microphone is probably my ideal. I just don't have the money to drop on it right now, man. It's a really expensive microphone, and so that's probably going to be my bucket list microphone. And so I've been saving my pennies for it. But for the middle of the road stuff, man, get you a ribbon microphone, man. I'm telling you, you're gonna love it on your recordings. You're gonna really dig it. But I will say on your ribbon microphones, they take a lot of gain. Okay, so basically your condenser microphones, 30 dB of gain, 35 decibels of gain is, sufficient, a good starting point. But on your ribbon microphones, man, you need to start around 60 dB, which is twice as much gain. And so you really, really need a good preamp with a lot of gain to it, and it's going to have a lot of headroom. So AEA makes a preamp out there that runs about, I want to say 999, runs about $1,000. And but here's the kicker on that, y'all. It's got 85 decibels of gain. So if you're using only 60, there's so much headroom to play. You're not even really cranking the amp, and you know it's going to be super clean. They actually made that preamp for ribbon microphones specifically, so you know it's going to sound excellent. I haven't bit the bullet and gotten me one yet, but I am going to uh, get me one of their preamps. I was talking to Wes Dooley about it, and he was kind of giving me the rundown on their preamps and saying how clean they sounded and how the guy who oh god, what's his name? John Williams for all the did all the movies and whatnot, the soundtracks. He was saying how they used some of his microphones and preamps and didn't change a thing. They loved it. So that should tell you a lot right there, right? Um, what's that, Poker Man? That sounds like a neat setup. Yeah, it is a neat setup, man. I want to get it. I want to get that. I want to get that preamp. Now I have on that I use on this ribbon right here. I have the Tone Beast and I have the 1073, which has a lot of gain as well, and it sounds great with that preamp. I'm a rookie in the recording world. Still lots to learn. You give me so much advice. I love this. Well, you're welcome. You're welcome, Mr. Product Review. Um, there's a lot of people out there that know a lot about recording, way more than me. But I always try to dig to the stuff that I've learned years ago and try to bring up in every one of my I try to give a little bit back and to where you don't have to search so much on little things. So if you guys got any questions about anything, feel free to ask, and if I can answer, I will. Um, there's just so much to learning about recording and in the audio world. And sometimes I wish somebody would have been a good mentor to me when I first started out because I made a lot of mistakes buying the wrong equipment. And I will say that if I made many mistakes in that area, that's one I wish I wouldn't have made, just simply because I didn't know what to buy. I read a lot of articles in magazines, and you know what they're all about, man. So I wish I would have went right to the source and asked some professional engineers what they were using in their studio, and it would have saved me a lot of headache, man. I could have got the good stuff and wouldn't have regretted having to buy twice. My old man told me always, he says, buy once with no regrets or pay me later. When I was a kid, I really didn't understand that, but now I do. Just save your pennies, get something really nice. And then here's the thing, man. If you don't like it, if it doesn't, isn't everything you expected, you've got enough money in it. You can turn right around and sell it and get your money out of it. So if you buy something cheap, nobody's going to want it. Uh, Yeah, I know. Isn't that right, Poker Man? Just go ahead and just save your money, man. I know it hurts. I know it's hard to do, but go ahead and put your money back. Save your money for that really, really nice piece of gear you've been wanting. I'll tell you a piece that I've been wanting, y'all. I've been wanting that Eventide. Eventide, it's got all your multi effects in it and all your delays and whatnot in there. I've been wanting that. They've got one for 2 grand and they've got another one for like 6 grand. And I've been wanting that, man, because I really like to find my sound before I print. A lot of people don't like using compressors or anything like that. They'll just go straight in and then add all the other dynamics and compressors and effects to it later, which is their way of doing things. But I like having a vision of where I'm trying to go, having a target and seeing that target, and then actually producing the song with that in mind. Whether how much compression I want on my voice going in, where it's going to sit at. And so I like to tickle the meters a little bit with compression. But I also like to find the sound that I want as I'm tracking. Then I don't have to track, I don't have to find it later. So people just got different ideas of how they like to track. But go out there and get you a ribbon mic, man. Go out there and get you one. This one's a good one. This one's a little costly, man. I want to say it was close to 3,000 for this one. But you can get other ribbon microphones that R84. I sang through the R84 as well as used it on drums and horns, and it sounds good too, man. So I haven't done any tracking with this. I've been doing some of my podcasts and my YouTube videos with this microphone, and it sounds really, really good. But I haven't actually laid down any songs with it yet, and that's coming soon. So I've just been rehearsing and doing a lot of rehearsing on some tunes and whatnot, and kind of getting an idea how I want it to the vibe of the whole album and everything to be. And so, as I collectively put these songs together, I'm thinking as a group, and so I'm thinking as to getting like 15 songs rehearsed out and then doing the tracking and perhaps going and getting them mixed somewhere, actually sitting in with, another engineer, and then actually being a part of the session, and so that I can get the best I can get out of this, and then taking from that 15 songs, taking the best of say 10 or 12 that are cohesive and work together, and then arranging them in the album to where they flow, and then can keep the audience's attention. And so there's an art to all that, as to what songs go in what place, as to what your single or your hit's going to be, as to where it falls into the album. And so there's a lot of science behind even that. What order your songs are going to be in. So yeah, it's going to be a neat thing. So right now I've just been doing a lot of rehearsing, but I'm definitely you're going to hear this microphone on some of my tunes, and you're going to hear this microphone on some of my tunes, and you're going to hear that AK-47, that condenser on some of my tunes. And what I'll probably do is put the AK-47 up near on the side of the ribbon right here, and actually be singing through both microphones, the condenser microphone and the ribbon at the same time, with a pop screen over the two. And I'll probably sing the tracks with both of them, and then choose one or the other microphone for the particular song, depending on how it sets in the mix. So that way I can kind of knock out two birds with one stone, and won't have to retrack or anything like that, to try to capture those moments, those special moments. Because sometimes you guys, y'all can be singing something, and even if you think you sing it wrong or not good, when you go back and listen to what you just sang or what you just did, sometimes you surprise yourself and you go, "Oh, I thought I didn't like that, but after listening back to it, I dig it. I like it." So, never stop your recording, and always go back and listen to your tracks all the way through, because sometimes you do little things in there that are magical, and you can't repeat it again. Even if you try, it'll never be the same. And so I say, keep all those tracks, because you might do something beautiful in the mix. But man, hey, if you haven't hit that subscribe button, you know how to do it. Punch it right down snare, you know, and also, that's right, smash that bell. Go ahead and smash that bell, man, and type down there as to why you like any Shure microphone. It don't matter. If you like Shure microphones, type it in there, and that'll get you in the contest to win this baby right here. And you don't want to miss out, man. This is a great mic. It's a $400 microphone. It'll be great in your studio, man. It's great in mine. But every night at 7 o'clock, man, I'm coming on, and you guys need to join in. I always try to give you a little bit of something that you can chew on, think about. for your studio and enjoy in your studio. It's a great channel, man. We got it going on here, man. Hit that subscribe button, join in, and we'll see you again at seven tomorrow night. You guys ease on back, man. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and I'll see you later.